A Fish Called Wanda Warbler is the first segment of the 24th episode of the third season of Mickey Mouse Funhouse, and as always there will be spoilers from now as I go through the episode and share some thoughts. It's never going to be my favourite, and that's for two reasons. One, I don't care for Wanda as a character, I don't dislike her, I just could not care less. And two, I'm not really a huge fan of stories set underwater. That's not just with Funhouse, that's just in general. Underwater tales, I don't tend to find that interesting, but this has a brilliant message, and it's kind of delivered in two ways, and I think they did a really good job with it. So the gang are actually going to underwater ocean world with Wanda, which is, I guess, interesting, seeing a character we usually only have at Sunny Gulch in a different world. I guess that's interesting. And they come across Pete's underground fun fair, and I wish we got to see a bit more of that. We didn't really have the time for it, fair enough. I think the pacing was great, we didn't really have the time, but it looked really fun, it looked like a really nice design. We only very briefly see the characters enjoying the activities there, and I think they could have maybe done a little bit more with that. Maybe they will in a future episode. And they all want to go off and do different things, but Minnie doesn't think that's a good idea. So at the very least, they pair up and Minnie and Wanda go off together. But Wanda gets sidetracked and she goes wandering off. And Minnie doesn't realise until it's too late and Wanda gets lost. And there are a few great messages here. Obviously, first and foremost, don't wander off. Amazing message, so important for the target audience. And I think addressing that is fantastic. The second great message is if you do wander off, find a way to let people know. Wanda starts singing, she starts yodeling, so that Minnie can hear her and follow the sound of her voice, which is another great message. And to be honest, I don't know if I ever learned that as a child. I remember watching videos at school and things about not wandering off, and I think the big message was if you do wander off and get lost, find a help desk if you're in a department store or a shopping centre. But I don't ever remember having a message about singing or being loud and letting people around you hear you so they can follow your voice. So I think that that's really brilliant and not something I ever remember learning as a child. So I'm really giving them a lot of credit for that. And quite quickly, Minnie and the others follow the sound of Wanda's voice and they find her quite quickly. So I think that's a great message as well. But the third thing that's brilliant is that not only did Wanda realise, oh, I've wandered off, now I'm scared and don't know how to find my friends, but she also realised that in the time it took for them to find her, she could have been using that time to have fun and do the activity they were planning on doing. So not only is it saying wandering off is a danger, but also you're going to miss out on that fun thing you wanted to do because now people have to take the time to find you rather than letting you enjoy the activity. And I thought that was brilliant as well. Not something I'd ever thought of either. Granted, I feel like most wandering or anti-wandering videos I saw as a child were usually things like a child is bored while a parent is shopping, so they wander off. So not really a fun activity there, but certainly if it can apply to that situation, I think that's a really solid message as well. So they really did a fantastic job of highlighting various reasons why you shouldn't wander off and what could potentially help if you do wander off. So I think that was a really, really fantastic idea. And yeah, sure, I didn't care for the underwater aspect. Yes, I would have liked to have seen more of the fun activities. But again, we didn't really have the time for that. And ultimately, I thought they did a great job with a really important message. All things considered, A Fish Called Wanda Warbler is also a great title. A really decent episode of Mickey Mouse Funhouse.